One might say I have a videographic memory. And so I'm starting a mini series, which is going to be what I'm calling a videography, where I'm making videos separating different times of my life and going over those memories. Now, I say I have a videographic memory because when I do think about these experiences I have, it's as though I am reliving them, where I can visually see and emotionally connect with the frequency I did at the time. Very early on in my life, I had reoccurring dreams. There was one reoccurring dream I would have of ants crawling all over me, all over my face in particular. This dream specifically really stood out to me, and for me it symbolized the different lessons I would go through later on in life with groups and different types of people, and then there's me. And I'm not really going to get too in-depth on that. I feel as though that was a warning. And insects are not common spirit animals. My cat's making noises. But what I have noticed with insects, Saturnia, is that they oftentimes do give warnings. Not always is that the message, but in this case and many other cases that I've had insects communicate to me, it seems as though that has been the case for me. I would also have reoccurring dreams of cats, one where I would astrally travel to a witch's house, and it was just really interesting because if you think about it now, being a witch is a big part of my practice. I would also astral travel there with people that I knew, and when I would astral travel very early on to the witch's house, it was always looking the same, as if it really was a parallel universe or alternate dimension. I'm trying to think of other dreams, recurring dreams that I've had. I've had many throughout my life. Usually a lot of the times, if the same people keep popping up in my dreams, it usually means that there's something that I should deal with, whether it's shadow work or communicate to that person. So one of the first, or actually the first pet that I ever had was a frog. And this frog was a very big frog that would actually eat mice. Throughout my life, I've very much connected with frogs. Also, like I mentioned, cats. And many times I've discussed spiders on this channel, so I would say those three are three of my primary animals, spirit animals. The first Halloween costume I ever had was a clown, and I feel as though I very much relate to the clown, and it just felt right when I picked. I even just remember being in the store with all the different costumes, and it's a really big store, and out of all of them, the clown just felt most comfortable to me and that I could relate to it the most, even though, to be honest, I didn't even really know much of what a clown was. What I find interesting when I think about various time periods of my life, whereas in this particular video I'm talking about the earliest time periods, a lot of what I was into and drawn to, I am very much also to this day attracted to. So the first collection I ever had was actually a rock collection and crystal collection, which is still something that I very much collect. I did end up trading or giving away a lot of the crystals I had from my first crystal collection because they had stored memories in there. Times where I felt as though I needed to not have those crystals around. There is one piece that I do still have from my original crystal collection, which is a piece of petrified wood. So I was also very drawn to witches early on, where when I would see movies, I felt as though I mostly vibed and was most interested in the witch, which really brought my curiosity to the occult. So I knew early on I wanted to be a witch, to the point where that's what I knew I wanted to be, mostly, more than anything. And throughout my life, I have had different traumatic experiences that I do tend to do shadow work with, even to this day, because sometimes those experiences come up, such as times where I felt serious abandonment, and I've learned to really slow down my emotions when I feel as though these certain types of events bring up very strong types of feeling. Hi Saturnia, how are you doing? Did you miss me? Oh, be careful. She's very playful. You are on already my YouTube channel and you still want to show an appearance, huh? Her paws are so cute. Okay, be good. Are you gonna help with ASMR, making those crinkly noises? Okay, sweetie. Where she's just walking around and checking out different things in my apartment. Well, one item that I actually helped create was a custom dollhouse, which I still wish I had. It had real tile, real carpet, wallpaper, and I helped build it for my dolls, and that was just really something that was special to me early on in my life. Also, I remembered one reoccurring dream, which was interesting. It would be where I was on a ride and there was a skull and crossbones, and the skull would talk to me and give me messages before the ride had the dip. And for me, this has a significance with my interest in death, also being fearless with it, among some other hidden meanings. The first sport that I really got into was actually ice skating. And ice skating, I would do competitions to where I'd win medals and have a routine, a cute little outfit with a song. And I don't have those medals with me to this day. I'm not sure where they are. I think I know who might still have them. I do remember though, I would very often win third place, which was still pretty good for someone who's just starting out. Saturnia is making so many different noises. Squeaky noises over there. Something else that I was really drawn to early on was art. I loved painting, particularly the story of Van Gogh caught my attention. Just this style of art, Impressionism, which is still my favorite type of painting to do, style. I'm also really into abstract art as well. Acting is something I got into very early on, competing with different dances, plays, and I always thought it was a good opportunity to express myself, especially early on. I was quite shy, and I knew that I wasn't really meant to be shy. It just so happened that I felt that way, and so I would purposely try and get involved with acting so that it would help boost my confidence, which it did. So I lived in Southern California for most of my life, not too far from the beach, and with that I did feel drawn to the ocean and sea life. My favorite animal is the shark. I just really am into the vibe and presence that they give in the ocean and their purpose with the meaning behind them. And it's just, they have a different perspective than most. For me, I actually don't fear sharks. I see their beauty. In my early years, I would see a shadow being, especially when I would close my eyes. It was a shadow man. And it would always be there actually when I closed my eyes. And I remember asking, what is this shadow? And someone told me, oh, don't worry, it's Jesus. In actuality, it was one of my guides that was there for me, one of the shadow people, in fact. Thanks for checking out the videography series I'm doing all my life. The next time I do a video for this, it will be the middle portion of my life. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the description for ways to support me, and follow the path to my ASMR playlist. I love you.